Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host, Jesse Showalter. It is Tuesday and I'm excited to be here. I hope you guys are as well. It's going to be a fun day. It's a beautiful day outside where I'm at. How is it where you are? We got lots of people jumping in the chat. Got Randy, Hadil, Joss Van Wiesel. Weasel? I'm bad at names, but I'm really excited that you're here. Vipin is saying hi to me, Tanya and Ruben. Got Sam Peterson in the chat moderating for us. My buddy Sam over there. Everybody give Sam a thank you for participating and moderating and doing all that cool stuff that he does. So let me know where you're coming from. Randy says he's coming from New York. Where's everybody else coming from? I want to know. You are. Jennifer Poole says she has made it. That is really exciting. I'm glad you made it. We got almost 400 people already streaming with us because this is the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. It's an opportunity for you to follow along and do some cool work, to challenge yourself, to hone your skills using Adobe XD. If you don't know what Adobe XD is, it's an awesome program. We're going to cover it. We're going to be talking about it. So people just saying hello, people coming from the Netherlands, from Utah. Let's see, Jenna's coming from Washington, D.C. William's coming from Shreveport, Louisiana. People from India. We got people all over the world who are staying inside, staying safe, and doing the right thing, and learning and honing that skill set as they go. Let's take a look at the schedule really quickly because the streams have been outstanding today if you've been around. We just got done with Aaron Nace, who is doing some Photoshop compositing. And right before that was Julia and Jason, Kathleen, and Terry started in the morning. There's a full schedule of amazing content here on Behance Live for you. And so right now we are at the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. Coming up next is Paul Tranny. So stay tuned after I'm done because Paul's going to teach you how to live stream just like we're doing right now. He's going to show you all of the things. And so stay tuned for that. We got Valentine's coming from Strasbourg, France. Deshaun coming from Seattle, Washington. Emily from Calgary. Justin says rad tattoos. I thought it said red tattoos. You want to know something pretty interesting about these tattoos? Some of them are kind of green. And so with the green screen behind me, oh, you can see this one right here. It actually kind of disappears. That's not actually a tattoo. That is seeing through to the background through my tattoos. That's just the joy of having tattoos, I suppose. So maybe Paul will give you a little insight into that in the how to live stream advice. Don't have green tattoos and try to live stream. Okay. That being said, let's kick over to my screen real quick and talk about the XD Daily Creative Challenge. Yesterday was day one. We just did a little intro and I did a basic overview of XD. But the Daily Creative Challenge, if you don't know, here's a quick 30-second Wikipedia. Each day you're going to receive a challenge. Our challenge unlocked our very first one this morning about Repeat Grid at about 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And so it's unlocked and some people have already been working on the challenge. Each day they're going to unlock and it has a starting video. You can click there for, a starting file and you click there for the video. You're going to join the community chat, not just the live chat that you guys are all flexing emoji muscles in right now, but also you're going to think about joining the Adobe XD Discord. It has over 35,000 creatives in it. This is where you're going to find community and critique and feedback and friendship and fun, all here in this online community. Somebody's going to post a super awesome link, probably Sam. He's already posted the one to get to the challenge page. He's also probably going to post a Discord link in the chat for you if you can't find it. And so inside the Discord, why don't we do this before we go any further? People have already been working on the challenges, and there's a few challenges from last week with our man Howard Pinsky. So the first one, we just see somebody's already downloaded that starting file. They're working with that navigation that's in their starting file today. They're just adding some different pieces to this. This is Joseph Bangson, and he's just adding a few pieces here, making a little bit of a dashboard. Let's see. This is from last week. This was with Howard Pinsky making a dashboard. So maybe that other one was the same. This is another dashboard design from last week. But what I thought was really great was today we're going to be designing a video chatting application since, video contact is important. Staying connected with people is important. So this is a fun one by, let's see who this was by really quickly. This was by Fabi. She did one, and she actually snagged my picture from somewhere. So we'll look at that one in a second. But this one's from King Fresh. He already took the file and started creating a little bit of a video chatting application, doing some solid wireframing, some layout there, looking really nice. I like it a lot. Let's look at this other one that has this ugly mug on it. It looks pretty good. I like it. Interesting use of the color. Everything's kind of like bubbly and fun. That could be like a cool way to do it for sure. Let's go to some other ones. We got some mobile screens. Okay, so maybe this is a little bit, we're using imagery to represent the different people. How are you going to represent the chats that you might have scheduled and the video conferences that you might have scheduled? And look at that. That's me. And I think that's me and Fabi just having a little chat ski. So when you're designing stuff, if you want to use my picture and act like you're chatting with me, I love it. I think it's great. It's fun. Let's do it. Okay, so that is the Discord. You want to submit your stuff from today, and we'll be looking at today's challenges tomorrow. But with all that being said, why don't we dive into the challenge and get cracking? I have Adobe XD open, and I have my starting file. Let's see, Jennifer Poole says she's actually redoing a design. She wants to stretch and use mobile or even wearable stuff. Cool. Okay. Fabiana says, I used you, Jesse. That's right. She used my image. That's so great. Fabi's here. She is present and she's rocking it with some design. I hope everyone else is going to participate. That's the fun about the XD Daily Creative Challenge. So jumping in, we have our file open. This is day number 1, or excuse me, challenge number 1, day number 2. We want to design a desktop interface for a video chat app that allows users to connect with friends and family online. And we want to use some alignment tools, a little bit of repeat grid action. If you don't know what that is in XD, I'm going to teach you. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to create consistent elements. We have some inspiration down here. We have some resources. So if you need icons and photos and all that fun stuff, it is there. It is available for you. And I even have a starting artboard over here on our canvas that is inspired by Howard Pinsky's navigation. I loved that style and I thought, hey, that would make a great navigation for a video chatting app. And so why don't we get started? We're just kind of freestyling as we go here and seeing how things work. I'm just moving a few things around. All right, so we got everything we need. I liked Fabi's like using the pictures to represent people. So I want a few things here. I want, number 1, I want a video chatting space. I think I might do a 3-column layout here. So let me know how many columns you're going to do. What functionality really is what you should be thinking when you start a design. What's needed? For me, I'd like an all-in-one experience. I get a little bit frustrated when I'm in other video chatting platforms and I click into something and I'm there, but I lose that kind of like main navigation of upcoming chats. I'd like to see all of it. I'm selfish when it comes to design. This might go badly. Who knows? It might be the wrong thing. But I'm just going to start laying out some blocks here that we're going to work with. So over here, I would like to have like my meetings, all my upcoming scheduled meetings and stuff. And then over here, I think I'd like to have like maybe a chatting section. I think this navigation is a little bit big, so I might actually just shrink this whole thing down because in the middle there is going to be my my video chatting space. So why don't we bring this meeting section out? Actually, why don't we do something a little asymmetrical? Why don't we make our chat space a little bit bigger, and then we'll try to space this evenly, like maybe 90 pixels from that side and about 90 pixels from this side. If you don't know how I'm doing that, let me zoom in and show you. What I'm actually doing is I'm just selecting any object on my artboard or on the screen, and then I'm holding down Option, and I am just using my pointer, using my mouse to point at other objects, and it's giving me the distance. So with that being said, I know I want to be about 90, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 90 pixels away. So now I'm about 90 pixels away. We just make sure that this block kind of comes in. And so a little bit asymmetrical, but I think it's going to work for us. And let me know. Maybe you're like, oh, I can't stand asymmetrical stuff. It has to be symmetrical. You do you, and I'll do my thing. Okay, then up here, we're probably going to have like a chatting experience, right? And I'm thinking that we probably want to have one main chat, and we want to have space for maybe if there's a few other people inside of our call. So why don't we do just some space. I'm going to line that up and line that up. Now, I could have used repeat grid. I'm not quite there yet, in my opinion, though. I didn't really want to get there quite yet. And I'm just literally, I'm just playing with spacing. I'm seeing what I like, right? I'm just spacing things around here. Okay. Okay, it could work, something like that. And I might stretch this out, but I don't want to stretch my icons. So as not to spend a lot of time doing that, I'll probably just do it manually. Okay, so far so good. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna center align these using my alignment tools, just like so. And I'm gonna pull a second one out. It's a little too long for me, so I'm just gonna shorten that guy up, and then boom, there we go. Now we have a little bit of padding in between, and I'll just bump that up so it's similar, okay? All right, with that being said, why don't I pick some colors? I'm gonna just use my blue color, and then I'm gonna go just to kind of map things out. Why don't we just desaturate it and do like kind of a dark color there, okay? Whatever that color is, I'm just blocking out a few things right now. That's all I'm really doing. Okay, why don't we do this and lift this up? We're just balancing things. All right, so far so good. If you have questions, 3 columns, why not adaptive? Up to like 5 columns? It could be. In my mind, I'm just thinking there's 3 columns that I really want to nail right now, that I really want to get down. Those are the ones that are really important to me. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I have a couple of shapes. I'm going to grab all of my shapes. I'm going to open up my downloads folder because I have a couple of images that I've already picked. I just downloaded from some free stock photography sites. So why don't we do this for my main one, kind of digging this one. That looks like you're chatting, right? That's a good stock image, I think. I like it, okay? I like this little kid. I like that one. I like that one. So why don't we select these 3? I'll take my 3 selections, drag them in. It did not work. Oh, that works in a repeat grid. That does not work inside of one of these. That's okay. So why don't we just take our images and drag them in like so. Cool. Cute little kid. We're just having a little family convo here, kind of like that, right? Let's do that, like that, like that. All right, now we got some chatting going on. I'm digging it. And we could explore like a little bit more, which I'm just working sizing here. So I'm just gonna move this up to the top, and I'm just gonna stretch these images out. Now this is what I really love about using a shape and then just dropping an image inside, is that is in fact adaptive, right? It's contained or constrained to the image or to the shape itself. So I like that because it allows me to just play with spacing and size. And similar thing here. Why don't we actually do our little repeat grid trick? I'm just gonna press Command or Control R and repeat grid and do 1, 2, 3 of those, just like so. And I probably wanna get in my repeat grid, I'm gonna grab my little gutter here and just space it out. And then I'm gonna grab my image and make it a little bit longer. This actually works out really well for me. I'm surprised I didn't do this from the start. So let's just line that up just like that. And why don't we actually take it and make it a little bit more of like a 16:9 aspect ratio for video. That makes this look a little bit more believable in my opinion, okay? Now, what's cool is we now have some space to play with. Like, let's say we had even more people on the chat. We can bring even more people in. And maybe we're gonna grab lots of images here and just drag them into our repeat grid. It's gonna fill it, all those spaces up nicely, just like that. All right, and why don't we take our main view up a little bit? This is looking nice, I'm digging this, okay? So far so good. We have our videos in there, and we're probably gonna put some controls around like just here or there. I think that could work out. But we have this nice big navigation over here. Now I wanna work on this. I actually don't like this dark. I'm gonna go up to like a nice light color, just a gray color. I think that's gonna work better for us, don't you? And then maybe over here, actually, we might consider going back to that dark color, because that's gonna be our chat area. So let's work on our meetings area so that we know like what meetings we have coming up right now, okay? So we want to use repeat grid and create some reusable widgets here, some components that will allow us just to make change once and it makes the change everywhere. So I'm just going to zoom in to our area and we're doing pretty good. We got a little bit more time. We're just going to cruise on these really fast. And the reason we're able to do this so quickly is because of repeat grid. So I'm just going to put a little bit of a border radius to that, and I'm just going to bump it or nudge the border radius size just manually over here in my inspector panel, okay? Then what I'm gonna do is, I think I just want a little bit of a shadow, but light, right? You gotta be, shadows are an art form. They can't be super intense. I feel like that's a mistake that I made really early on in my design career. It was all shadows, drop shadows, textures. It was just so heavy, so intense. And then you kind of learn to just kind of chill them out a little bit bring him back a little bit. Bring up the blur on that guy a little bit like that. And let's even just down to a 3. I'm talking 3% transparency, not much at all, okay? Next thing we want to do is we want to get some typography in this thing because we have 0 typography in our design right now, and that's super weird. Who do we have in the chat right now? Jennifer Poole's in the chat. Let's do Jennifer. I have my caps lock on. Jennifer Poole is going to be somebody that we're meeting. Okay, why don't we just hit E on our keyboard for ellipse, and we'll drag out an ellipse like that. I'm going to go to my plugins panel, and I'm on UI faces. Why don't we just hit unsplash there as our source that we're going to go out and find a face from. And that's Jennifer. I don't know if that's you. I doubt that represents you. Maybe it does. Here we go. That could be a Jennifer. Again, we don't know. We have no idea. So Jennifer Poole, let's put that there. What are we going to use today? Let's use something kind of fun, like good font. Who's got a font that they're loving right now? I mean, I always love Gotham. Maybe not everyone has Gotham, but I'm digging it. So let's use Gotham right now. We'll do Jennifer Poole just like that, and we're going to want to do time down below. So let's do 9:30, and let's create some sections really quick. So I'm going to take this whole thing down here. I'm going to bring a headline up here, and I'm just going to double it. So I'm going to come over to my inspector and do *2. So that means times 2. That might be a little bit big, so we'll cheat and bring it down. Okay, this is going to be our today. Okay, and then we will say, let's do tomorrow. That's not how you spell tomorrow, but Adobe XD saved me because I'm horrible at spelling and grammar. So horrible, so bad at it. Okay, no picture of a cat. I wish I could get me a picture of a cat. Okay, let's do this week over here. Okay, and let's go back up. We're going to create our reusable components here. Let's just scoot our title down, Jennifer Poole. Let's just bring that down, and we're going to make sure these are left aligned text and lined up to the left. And we want just a little contrast between the time and the name. So why don't we go from medium down to book, and then why don't we just choose a lighter text there? I think that works. How about 9:30 to 10:30, a little hour-long meeting there. And we got a little avatar happening in there. And we don't really need much else. Let's say we don't need much else. We'll just keep it nice and simple like this. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my layers panel. I'm gonna grab all of my elements, group them together, and call this meeting card, okay? Then I'm gonna make a component out of it. Why? Because I like to. Command or Control K, now we have a component, which means if we change the component once, we change it everywhere. I'm also gonna press Command or Control R, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my repeat grid, and make a couple of meetings here. I just did a little noise. I can't help it. Can you help it? I don't understand how you could help it. Who makes noises when they design? Let me know in the chat. And do you laugh at yourself? It's fun. It's good times. Okay. So with that being said, let's grab all of the names here. Let's open up a favorite plugin of mine. Let's go to Content Generator. Let's do Content Generator, and we'll do names. We'll do both. That didn't work at all, did it? Does Content Generator not work inside? I don't think Content Generator works like that. That's okay. We'll do Larry. Okay. What happens though if we have multiple people? That's something we could consider for the future. But we should definitely just, again, open these up. Oh, you know why? Maybe I'm messing up right now because it's a component and it's also in a repeat grid. That could be interesting. That could be the wrong way to go about this. I'm not really sure, but you know, that's okay. Why don't we just release this from the repeat grid, okay? Group, add color, where is our release from grid? Here, let's go back to our layers. Repeat grid. We're going to ungroup the grid. Okay, let's just grab all of our images. Try this again, drag these in. It's doing it all the same. Wow, I'm doing something wrong. That's okay. Let's just grab some of these different images and drag them in. The mixture of those two it did not like very much. So now we have some different names in there. How about who's that? Who else is in the chat? We have Denise. Denise is in the chat, and who else is in the chat? Nadira's in the chat. Okay. So just some basic ones. We could probably want to add like maybe some more elements in there, like, you know, date and details and specifics, stuff like that. You'd probably want to add in. Let's take these and just get a little bit better spacing. Center of our column there. And now let's space out. Let's count. We got about 50 pixels in between sections. And let's just grab a few more of these. Good. 50 pixels in between our sections. And then a few more of those. So let's do next week. We'll just do one down there. So now we have some basic meetings coming up. We can click on each one of those and get our details. And we want to be in like a meeting. I need an active state. That's what I need. So why don't we really quickly, we are working on our meeting card. Why don't we create a new state for this? A new state, we'll call it active, okay? So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to fill it with an active color. I'm going to make these, whoa, I messed up that really badly. There we go. I'm working on my active state here. There we go, just like so. And then why don't we even change my blur to be this blue color. Whoa, but again, we got to chill it out. Chill it out. There we go. And we just got a little bit of a blue blur. So now we are in our active chat, just like that. Let's see, I think you need to undo repeat grid. Yeah, I think everyone's agreeing that was the issue, is I had myself a little repeat grid. I'm just making things make sure things are lined up. I grabbed my large image here for my video and my nav bar down below, and I just used my alignment tool right there. Let's do a quick chat, okay? So why don't we come over here? Again, we don't want it to be, do we want it to be gray also? Well, I'm not really sure. Maybe we want it to be, I think I like it dark right there. You know why? Because look, then we can come over and grab our bubble here, and we can start using these as chat bubbles. That's what I'm talking about. So why don't we just do something like this, and we'll do something real easy. We'll grab our avatar, and I'm just pulling our avatar over here, and I'm going to create some little chat bubbles inside. Why don't we grab our same text style and pasting that, bringing it over. And now we can use content generator for sure. So I'm going to come back over here and find content generator. I'm going to do a little paragraph right there, and I don't want it to be that long. So I'm going to make a text area. Oh, wow, I made that really long. That's ridiculous. Okay, let's zoom back in and get into our element here. Little bit of chat happening. That's all we need. Okay, so let's just cut that chat off like so. Put it in there, padding. And okay, pretty cool. Let's grab all of them. Let's call that, we'll move that up to the top. We're gonna need an input field guaranteed, but we don't have a lot of time. So I'm gonna do another one like this. Let's just drag that in. I'm gonna do a really quick cheat, which is just to flip this thing. I'm gonna use my little flip tool, just like that. And what do we space 30 pixels from the edge there? Let's do 30 pixels over here. I'm gonna take this inside, flip it back over. See how I did that? That was a total cheat moment. That was fun. I love doing that little cheat moment. Okay, so we're back and forth like that. And let's just make sure these are all distributed by using our little distribution tools. Pretty good. And then why don't we do a really quick input field? I'm gonna cheat, grab my little rectangle here. Boom, come down here. Make it really nice. I'm gonna grab this my rectangle. I'm speeding up. I don't want to be late. I don't want to get cut off. So let's just make that a little bit darker. That is not what I would do. I would spend some time playing with this color-wise and figure out what to do here. Maybe that's right. Maybe we should go without it like that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bring up icon jar really quickly. We have like 1 more minute. So I'm gonna open up my icon jar and just say like chat. Oh, how about send? There we go. We want like a send icon. Let's bring a little send icon in. That's just a icon jar is just a little third-party kind of application that I use to store all my icons. What do you guys use? You use something like that? Chat here. Boom, just like that. And we use some alignment tools, we use some repeat grid, and we have kind of a basic video chatting application going on. I'm not sure how successful it was. I probably want to spend some time working on the layout and just tweaking things to make it look the right way, but it's a start. So with that being said, let's kick back over and we'll get ready to jump out for the day. Just a quick challenge. I want to see you work on your chat experience. What different decisions would you make versus the decisions that I make? How would you approach this problem? Would you go mobile? Would you go desktop? You let me know, and then submit your stuff onto Discord, and we will look at all of your portfolio, excuse me, not portfolio, but your submissions tomorrow. I hope you guys are having a fantastic rest of your Tuesday. Stay tuned, get a glass of water, use the restroom, because Paul Tran is coming right up to talk about how to do some live streaming. So stick around for that. We'll see you guys tomorrow.